right, and we're underway. Cool. First thing I want to do is take a look at the news before I forget. I tend to forget that most of the time. So let's see. I'm looking into it. 10:30, something about crude oil stuff. Excuse me. Gasoline stocks change, something at 10:30. And 2 p.m., all that stuff, FOMC, interest rates. 3 p.m. So basically trading from 2 p.m. onwards today is going to be like trading the open. Just watching momentum. But early on, we have 10:30. All right, no big deal. Just stay out the first couple of minutes and see if we can catch something at the open. Yeah, FOMC and all that. All right, let's get these levels worked out. Excuse me. What tickers you'll want to look at today? I'll put the levels on it now. Got Tesla and AMD on my screen left over from yesterday. Let me know if there's anything else on your minds. Abhishek PLTR, all right. You guys are all into this exotic stuff, huh? Oops, what did I do? There we go. All right. Oh, man, excuse me. Still having that dry cough. All right. PLTR over there. Yeah, so we got PLTR, got the levels on, the Avi stuff. Looks like a consolidation broke down. The only thing I would think about is it rejects from where it came from, goes back up and retest, comes back down. I don't see much else in it. There's a bit of a choppy zone. Well, not choppy, but you can see it's moving in this area. Yesterday's low is interesting. If you break that, then you have a good move, but not a. I'd like to wait for a consolidation before the breakdown. So you have those opportunities. Generally all looking weak. Just looks like a big reverse ABCD pattern last couple of days, and today might be the same. Let me shake you one meta. All right. A bunch of crappy lines everywhere. Meta, there it is with the lines. So bullish, you can see it was a mess yesterday. So I wouldn't want to trade it anywhere inside of this range anyway. Oddly enough, I see more of a breakout to the upside than the downside. It's just hit itself on that level a couple of times. But nothing perfect here, nothing really worth looking at. Might catch the scalp going down. Might get tricky down there. If anything, I'd say look, the move upward would be smoother. Be careful going down. So there's that. On the SPY, what do we have? Oh man, what a mess. On a small scale on the SPY, you can see it came down, one candle breakdown. So that's a 3-bar play. Go right into this zone. So smooth there. It was messy earlier. You could trade that at the open. Wait for it to pop up and maybe short it as a rejection of that area. On the other hand, going long above that area would be fun. Don't like to trade it in the middle there. That doesn't look like fun. Yeah, you can see there's a mess there and a mess there. So right in that middle zone, I don't want to trade it. Breaking down makes sense. Going up makes sense. Perhaps at the open, that's a setup. Here it is on the 1 minute. The breakdown. If it opens down here, that's quite good, quite ideal. Rejection over there at the open. Hopefully that takes a couple of minutes to happen. You don't want to get in on the first or second minute. And then push down. So that's what I think. Yeah, Shane, no bias today. Price action, good. Good. Let price action tell you everything you need to know. Then you're okay. So put contracts with 561, 560. If it's close to the open, I might go out of the money a bit. 560 contracts make sense. There we go. Cool. So funny, I'm all right all day. As soon as I get on the microphone, my throat starts acting up and I got a cough. I don't know what you guys do to me. Every day. So you're just saying AMD. What happened to AMD and Uber? They had earnings. Let's have a look. AMD, those are levels. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so it went nowhere, really. Just expect volatility on this thing. Oof, Uber, yeah, ultra volatility on that. You guys looking for opening momentum? You look at something like Uber today or any of these catalyst stocks, really. Ideally, one with a gap. This is it's gapped down so far, not massively. That should be on your watch list if you're looking for opening momentum trades, ORBs and stuff. Cool. Yeah, that's a good point, Shane. It could be nothing until 2, so it could be just choppy until 2 o'clock. Might be not. I don't know. I don't have any statistics on that. But if you have a belief that it's going to get messy, it's going to stay messy till 2, then avoid it. Just stay out of it. Come back tomorrow. I'll come back at 2 o'clock. But we got more stuff at 2:30, I think. Let's have a look. We got 2, there's something at 2:30, some press conference. Consumer credits, something coming out at 3 o'clock. And then you have an hour to the close. So it might be one of those days better not to show up. What could be really fun at the open, I don't know. I'm just keeping an eye on this one setup, and that's it. If it works out, it does. If it doesn't, no big deal. Wait for the next one. So we have about 5 minutes to the open, guys. Let me know if there's anything on your minds, anything you want to discuss. We got time to kill. Right. Ant-Man, you want to know about UPST, all right? What do we have here? Whoa, big gap down. Okay. Probably a catalyst, earnings or something. So again, this is the kind of thing with a big gap, you're going to get lots of momentum at the open, lots of volatility at the open. So yeah, those ORB kind of plays would work. I mean, I don't know if it would work, but these are the kinds of stocks you should look at for opening momentum trades. Massive gaps with the catalyst. This looks better than Uber and AMD as far as catalyst stocks are concerned today. So there you go. I used to look at these all the time when I was my whole goal was to be done with my day in 10 minutes. And take like 10 trades in those first 10 minutes. I used to put 5 of these kinds of stocks on the screen and go nuts. Anyways, I don't do that anymore for a good reason. But yeah, if you like to trade that way as an opening momentum, these are the stocks you want.
Avi, I was wondering, would there be any case in which you will consider deviating from your trading plan by, starting a position in between two Fibonacci lines?
If it's profitable, yeah, I'll do it. If it makes more money than I'm making right now, then I'll do it. Consistently makes more money. But no, I have no good reason to experiment at the moment. Just want to solidify what I'm really doing. And that's it. So stick to your strategy. That's important.
Okay. So you'll be ready to take the risk just in case, it's profitable.
Well, yeah, anything that I can find a trade strategy or something, an idea for a trade that makes sense, that's consistently profitable. And first step is when I get that idea, I have to go back test it, right? Look at 100 screenshots or something, get the statistics right, then go test it in the replay mode or paper trading or something like that. Make sure I can actually execute it. And then I can go and size into the market and give it a go. So it's a bit of a process. I won't just go in today and, hey, I have this idea, let's do it. No way.
Okay, so you would have to back tested it before
you're
doing it. Okay, got you.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, and go ahead.
Yeah, Avi, good morning.
Good morning.
I connected a little bit later and I did not hear your thesis on SPY. So what I'm seeing here is you're looking to short into the clean price action?
Yeah, basically you see this candle here went from the top to the bottom there and it did a 1 candle consolidation and then broke down. So I'm seeing this as a 3-bar play basically. It goes one way, 1 consolidation, breakdown. The breakdown happened. Here's it on the 1-minute chart. And ideally it goes up and rejects. That would be the retest of that breakdown that happened earlier. And that might be a decent short going into this area here. It was clean overnight. It was decently clean later in the day. It was choppy from here, and it has its trouble, but it's not a disaster zone down here.
Yeah, but the immediate to the left it says it's kind of clean price action.
Yeah. So I don't anticipate too much trouble down here, but if you are really getting in at the open, again, you got to watch momentum. So I'll be going, if I can get an entry up here, that'd be ideal. I'm taking the 560 contracts, which is just out of the money, which means as soon as it goes past and through it, I'll be willing to take partials pretty quickly. The target isn't really that far away. It's just 558. So
are you planning on taking the partials, let's say, to that previous low?
Yeah, the idea is to get all the way down. But if it goes around halfway, then I'll be taking it off, right?
All right, thank you.
Yeah, sure. All right, market is open, guys. Wait for your setups. Don't jump into anything. We got all day. So the SPY here is already weak. It didn't go up and reject yet. So I'm not touching it yet. It's too far from the area to enter. It could easily just push right back up, right? So you don't want to chase things. For me, these lines are areas where I want to enter a trade. If it's far off from it, like it is right now, I don't want to enter. I'll wait for it. There we go. New low. So that's encouraging. It looks weak. Looks like that breakout is on its way. Let's see. There you go. This contract is jumpy, huh? Let's see that. Goes through the strike price 560, which is right in the middle there somewhere. There we go. It's still very jumpy. You see the red line moving around without taking a candle with it. It's like the candle's going to catch up to it. Now we have bullish activity. Don't exactly want to short it now. Gotta wait and see. It's close. I would enter around here, no big deal. But the price action is still bullish. I'm not going to go short when it's bullish. It hasn't given me a clear indication of a short. They go rejecting the level. Pretty good. Pretty good right there. I like that. Yeah, that's it. All right, now let's see. Pushed up above. No, that's bullish. I need more indications to short it, right? I'll go short here. Oh boy. Let's wait. Let's see. And it's still jumpy, you know. It's hard to enter these things. They have such a wide stop. I'm not able to put on the kind of size I'd like to put on. Look at the 30-minute. I mean, this easily already looks like a false breakout, right? Which means it goes up the other way. So be careful of that setup too. I'm not going long here. This is not my trade plan. It's the only opportunity is a short in my trade plan. There we go. No weakness in it. See where it's bouncing off of, right about there. That opening candle. Opening price quite literally, almost exactly. Still no indications for me to really take a short. That's a very bearish candle. I like the look of that. My stop has to be above the level. If I can enter below, let's see, if it makes a new 1 minute low, I think that would be a decent entry. I'll get a small size to begin with. It's a good rejection. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, just about made it. Just barely. I was close to entering over there. This is so messy though. So what I like is that it rejected the level almost precisely. That's really a good sign. So what happens with this candle? 560. Yeah, that contract is okay. A little tricky, but it's okay. Still okay. Right, there we go. It's a good piece of action there. It's rejected that candle, rejected that level. I'm really waiting for that low. I want to really lose 560. You know, that about that area, the low of the big red candle. Go down short in there. Almost there, almost there. Yeah, 560. There it is. Okay, that's my entry. Okay, trying to get into some size here. Can't really get in too much yet. The stop is up here. Basically, it's at about 2.4 on the options chart. Let's see if it can get going. Otherwise, take a quick stop. Zero DTE out of the money. It's not the stuff you want to hold on to. There we go. New lows, no, not yet. 560. 560 is a sticky number. There we go. New lows. I like that. I still can't tighten the stop. If I have the ability to tighten the stop, then I can add, but I can't. The stop still has to be above that level. So I'm gonna sit with it. There we go. Now we're moving. Okay, let's get through the low. The low is down there. Let's see what happens there. At that point, I can tighten the stop, maybe. Maybe. There we go. It's a good little move. These are all still big candles, and they're tough to tighten stops. They can easily whip around in any direction. So, anyways, let's get through 559 would be good. You can see that it'll be troublesome down there. 559 is what I'll think about de-risking a bit. Let it get there first. Zero DTE. Stop is, there we go. It's pushing those lows. That's a good sign. You can almost see an ORV setup, right? You can see the top and the bottom of the opening range. And I'm looking at the breakdown over here. The setup's actually decent for the breakdown, even though just a 1 minute chart. But again, it is a SPY. It is tricky. So it's not. It's never ideal. So let's go. Come on. The stop is still in the same place, which is up here. So it's unable to hold the lows for now. Obviously, it keeps bouncing off of that area. But let's see. Still very, very early in the day. I'm going to throw a stop order in place. That will help. Should be up in this area. Yeah, 2.4. There we go. Now, time decay will mean I may have to move the stop, but really on this options around the SPY chart, the stop is up here, about 560.7, right about there. That's if this price gets up there, that's when I hit the button. I think it's going to be about 2.4 on the option, but we'll see. Don't really know. And time decay is already having its impact. You see how these lows here were lower than the first minute's low, but here on the options chart, it didn't even pass that. That's time decay. It's only been a few minutes and it's having an impact. And that's the problem with zero DTE. Especially out of the money. I mean, when I entered, it was out of the money. It's in the money now, 560, but it's chopping around the strike really, which is what makes these candles very large. I still can't put on more size. I still can't tighten the stop. I don't have any confirmation. So I'm still gotta wait. What a mess, huh? Gripping this. Anything else good so far? I've got AMD and Tesla on the other screens, on the other charts, and I don't see anything good.
Apple's very nice.
Apple, all right. Oh, look at
Broke
PLT.
down, retested the level. Fibonacci level, broke down again.
Nice.
I took a short on Apple. Got
Apple.
profits.
Yeah, look at that Apple. I see it. Gosh, my levels are on the wrong place on Apple from yesterday. But yeah, good clean price action on Apple and PLTR. Both of them are interesting. Nice.
I took short on the fourth candle.
All right. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, reverse ABCD. Not ABCD, but yeah, kind of rejecting the level breakdown. Nice. Good catch.
I have shorted Baba, 30-minute breakdown.
Baba, is that in play today? Let's look at that. Oh, yeah. Ooh, tough. But yes, it's weak, generally speaking. Very good. Good stuff, guys. You're catching good stuff here. PLTR looked very clean. All right, that's the stop area. Now I can remove the stop. My stop is up here, really. So I'm waiting for the price to get there. I don't want to stop out prematurely. That's the problem with the options. You don't really know where the stop needs to be. Again, time decay is moving it away. It's funny in a way that you can say that risk is getting larger the longer you stay in it just because of time decay. That's just how these things go. All right, close to the stop, rejecting the level still. So still holding. There we go. And this is very close to it. 60, 70. Yes, no, yes, no. Not yet. Look at this thing. It's really resisting up there. Let's see. Oh, there it is. That's it. I'm out of there. Yeah, these buyers want to push at the new highs. Let's see if it sets up again. The setup is still decent. If it's weak down there below the level, there's a short in it. For now, current price action is all bullish. All right, that was one attempt. It was worth it. There you go. Bullish, new highs. Wait for the run up. All right. $560, that was out of the money. And from now on out, it'll have to be in the money if I take this short. Things will slow down a bit. And the money is 561. Anyways, let's see. So far, it's a false breakout. So it's going back into its range. I'm not going to trade it inside here. No interest in there. Just going to wait.
Avi, I'm wondering, among all Greeks, is time decay the only Greek you're considering?
Time decay is a real problem. You also have the strike price. If you're out of the money, oh boy. I took that
I'm
one
talking
out.
about the Greek. Yeah, I was talking
Greek.
about the Greeks among the Greeks. Which one?
Yeah, I don't know much about the Greeks, really. I don't pay much attention to it. But the one that makes sense is the strike price. That basically comes down to gamma. Your gamma gets pretty wild when your underlying is going through the strike price. And when you know how to take advantage of that, you can get into good scalping positions. But yeah, you want to be careful with that stuff. I don't pay attention to any of the Greeks. I'm not looking at the Greeks. I'm just picking these contracts right here. I'm not looking at any of them. The only two things I'm looking at really is time decay, which is, I know I'm creating 0DT. And when I'm selecting them, I'm looking at the strike price. Do I want to go through the strike price, or do I want to be already in the money? I got to decide that on the type of trade I'm taking. Early on in the open, usually I go a little bit out of the money because I know I'm probably going to end up de-risking it quickly, taking partials. But as we get into the day, I typically go more in the money that is easier to hold longer. You can see this one. See the price action here. You see how it decayed, but this is not just decay. It's also because it was out of the money. It's 560. You see 560 is down there. This is out of the money when it's up here. And so it's just really going away from you rapidly.
So you say you're starting at the money, like at the open, or I didn't.
Not typically, no. I like to either in the money or out of the money. At the
Okay,
money,
in the money, out of the money. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, there's two things. By the time I entered this one, it was just out of the money. I mean, I entered here, I think. Here somewhere, it was just 560 is a strike. So it was just out of the money. It was like pennies away. But usually at the open, I like to go a little more out of the money if I get these kinds of opportunities at the open. Other than that, go for in the money options. The Greeks are for a different purpose. You're doing spreads and stuff. You're selling options, and I don't want to do any of that stuff. Not in day trading, of course. I do it in other places. 561, yeah, that's the contract. Okay, so the SPY looks good. PLTR was amazing. Anyone else? Anyone get into this? Looks amazing. 1 minute ORB, a little consolidation, second leg. Very nice. What am I missing here? Amazon was good. Let's look at it. Oh yeah, I like PLTR, same thing. 1 minute of a fallen angel setup. Was that a gap down, gap up? That was a gap up. Oh, that's a good play. Since it gapped up, it sold off at first, reclaimed the opening price. That's your ORB entry, just straight up. Always a good one. We've seen a few of those lately. Again, a small kind of fallen angel setup. Nice. There you go. So there's news coming out today, but you see, there's still plenty of opportunity. News is later, at 2 o'clock. We had something at 10:30, right? I think we said 10:30. Yeah, 10:30. Okay. So getting close to 10:30. I don't want to be in a position. But definitely around 2 o'clock. Don't want to be anywhere near the market. All right. So for now, there's for me, there's a whole lot of nothing. I'll sit and wait. For those of you who caught Amazon and PLTR, it's pretty cool. Baba looks weak as well, but it's messy, very messy. So again, I was saying this to you guys yesterday. I'll say it again. What you don't want when you're trading off of levels is you don't want a strategy that gives you the option to go long or short off a level, because that's how you get chopped up. My whole strategy here is telling me for a short, so that's all I've taken. Now, even though the 1 minute looks like it's setting up for a long, it might be a decent entry route here, I'm not going long. My strategy doesn't allow two directions at the same place at the same time. Maybe later to set up for a long over here, some other pattern, but This is how you get chopped up. What would happen here is if you have a long and a short, up here you might want to go long, get stopped out, then suddenly short down here and you get stopped out. Now you're thinking about a long here, you don't know what's going to happen. This has happened to me many times. That's why I have this in my rule book. So be careful. If you're trading off of levels, I want to be careful. Just have a purpose or a single direction. And for me, the 30-minute chart gives me that single direction. 1 minute would just be disastrous. These are things to think about. Anyways, what else we got going on? I don't see any setups for now to enter. Nothing on my chart looks decent to go for a good setup. And there goes the SPY. What's it doing? Yeah, new highs. All this price action is decent for a long. This choppy activity and then the new high. You can see that there was pretty firm resistance, and now the new high, it's encouraging for a breakout. Again, if you're just watching price action. Again, I'm not taking this long. It's not in my playbook. Tesla's interesting. Let's look at that. The two overnight. Whoa. What happened there? Who tweeted something? It was interesting until everything just crashed a moment ago. All right, let's see if this provides an opportunity for that short I was looking at. Still too jumpy. Whoa. Look at this thing. Anyone know what happened? Who did what?
I don't know.
Pascal, that was you. You did something. Joseph, you too. You guys are doing stuff. Stop moving the market.
I wish I can say I did that.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Pump and dump, huh? What do we have here, Omar? Zero hedge, something. Some news came out. Yeah, he's talking about a pullback. This is not a pullback. This is a broken pattern. It's a broken market. This is the market makers taking over and using opportunities to liquidate whatever they gotta liquidate. Oh, good fun. Let's see.
This is happening a lot since Trump took over.
Yeah, randomly, right? Exactly. This stuff happens. You have stops in place and gotta be careful with your size. On the other hand, I'm very interested if it stabilizes down here. That short looks good. I go pay more attention to this. 1 minute, 30 minutes. There we go. I can watch it. Yeah, that low is interesting. So I enter here. It's similar to the previous entry. The stop is up there. These are bearish candles. 561 contract. Makes sense. But this is such a choppy area. Oh, man. Put a line here. Be entering in the middle of this mess. I don't want to do that. I'd rather enter near the top there, or maybe the breakdown there. Oh, that's too far from the area. So I don't want to enter the green line. But entering up here makes sense for the short. But I'm still not going to enter, even though it dropped the level, because it hasn't given me a genuine bearish signal. It's all just big candles jumping around, really. I used to enter right about here and get this top of the candles and stuff, but You get stopped out a lot doing stuff like that. Unless you're scalping. Let's see. What do we have here? Just looking at this area. It's a big mess. There's not much to really look at. That's bearish. You know, an entry down here below 560 makes a lot of sense, price action wise. So it'd be here, be looking at about 3 to 1. The stop just above. There's 1, there's 2, there's a lower one. This rejection is good. I like the look of it. Again, I'm watching bears and bulls here, not really watching candlesticks. I'm trying to see who's in charge, who's taking over, who's winning. You can see that by looking at wicks. One other thing I really always look at is this red line moving and how it's moving. It's like visualizing 5-second candlestick charts inside the 1 minute candle. That's really what I'm doing. A lot of people look at this stuff by watching the tape. I'm doing it this way. So this is the line where the bears really want to protect. But let's see, now they lost it. The bulls got in there. You can see it made a new high off of that wick. And they pushed up. There was no resistance there. Just went straight through. Let's see what happens further up. I have another area up here. There's a lot of resistance. Yeah, getting close to it and getting stuck. So what you can see here really is that this level that I've got is not being respected. It's just being chopped up. Only once it respected it precisely. So you can't really trade with the stop on the other side of the level. That's what I did earlier, and it was okay earlier, but now it's just kind of going through it. So if I'm going to get involved here somewhere, you got to find a better place to put a stop. I mean, what would be ideal is to get a short up here and put a stop there and just let it rip all the way down, but that's not, it's not realistic. That's interesting. I like the look of that. Ooh, the new low here might be interesting. Oh, yes. That's very interesting. Okay, I'm going to take an entry here, short. Let's get it back up to the 500 contracts in the money. The stop is above this hammer. This was interesting. I like the push down and the new low. The momentum's all right. But now I'm in the money, which is a little easier to manage. Basically, I'm going to stop out just below 561, or it keeps going down. I like the entry. That's good. That's worth the risk because, the RVR is so good. That's the kind of entry I like to get. Let's see if it continues. See how it pushed down aggressively right there. Expecting chop in this area though. Let's see. So you see the stop is not at the level, but it's based on the candlestick, which is the top of this candlestick. And later I want to tighten it up if it goes in my favor and try and add more. And now put the candlestick the other way. These things are nuts. These bulls are in the market. The bears are right there. All right, that's my stop area. Very close to it. Very close. Still not made a new high off of it. Hammer. Reverse hammer. There it is. Okay, that's it. I'm out of there. All right, 2 attempts. No good. This is tricky. Wait for it. So one of the things I was looking at, you see the high up here and then the lower high? That's a good indication of the bears taking over. And then a new 1 minute low as well. It's the momentum coming in, but it didn't continue, so it's going the other way. And that's when you should stop. And that's what stops are for, so you don't blow up accounts. Let's get rid of this line when I need it. Let's see what else happens. Anyways, for now, there's nothing in it. All right, what else is good? Anyone else see anything? I don't see anything. I just see a lot of chop. A big mess.
Took a long on Amazon ABCD.
Amazon again, huh? Ooh, look at that. That looks fun. You catch that bottom there, that pullback in that area?
Not really the bottom. Once it took over the large red wick, went above that. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, good wait for confirmation. That's interesting. This could be the second leg. Could be.
I am in Amazon as well, and I see bookmap bullish. That's why I entered it, and I see ABC.
Nice. Yeah, bullish book map with bullish price action. I mean, all in one place. There you go. Boom. SPY is jumping upwards. Look at that. Can't trade it. No, this is interesting price action. It's really clean. It's really good. It's not too much trouble with this one. With PLTR do that, it keeps moving it. Same as Amazon. There you go, guys. Some good ones. Nvidia and Tesla are a mess. Nice. Anyone else catch some fun?
Can you, Abby? Can you go to SPY?
Yeah, got it right here.
Sorry. Okay, so go to 5 minutes.
Mhm.
So, in the second 5 minutes, I see that VIC, and I long it by call option 560. Was it a good idea as a reversal, or because I see it as a reversal? I'm not sure whether it was a good idea or not, but I took it.
All right. Yeah, so for a reversal, what you're seeing is firstly, it's a bearish move. Like just looking at the 5 minute, nothing else.
Yeah.
First thing you have in place, a bearish move, it's in the area of a level. So you got that, and you got this wick that happens here. The problem with this wick is there's no room to the left. It's been chopping around here for a little while. So I'd be very careful.
Okay.
I want to see room to the left. It's a deeper wick than you can say down here. There's room to the left. And this even has a wick on the upside. So you want to be very careful with this one.
You're right. Yeah. I tried to remember it, but it was a while that hasn't took any reversal, and I forgot that I need the room to the left. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I took it, but it's just my luck.
It's all right. Garbage trades work, and perfect setups don't work.
And that is dangerous. That is the Cat 4 based on my bootcamp training. When the garbage trade works, it's dangerous.
Nice. Yeah, be careful. You build bad habits, right?
Yes.
Like setups, that's the most dangerous thing. You'd rather take very good setups and stop out 4 or 5 times. No big deal. You can still be proud of yourself that you did the right thing. But fucking building bad habits, you're gonna blow it up next week. You know.
Yep.
So, yeah. So things to watch out for. Nice. Oh, there comes the sunset again, blinding me. That's nice stuff. What we got in the chat here? Ramen, you got PLTR as well, 110 and up. Nice. He just wants to go every day. Raf, you're in that. Nice. Yeah. Look at this price action up at this level on PLTR. It hasn't pushed down aggressively at all. There's no signal for a reversal. Nothing yet. If anything, I'm beginning to see an ascending wedge up here for a breakout. But let's see. So far, no signal for a reversal. A lot of people want to short it, but it's a little premature to short it right now, I'd say. All right, 10 a.m. guys. So we'll be here for another 30 minutes till 10:30, and then at 11, I'll be in the BBT webinar room for an hour. So come on in there, and we'll have some fun there as well today. See if anything cleans itself up. What you got here, Raman? You're saying you wait 5 minutes and then play 5 minute RB. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a very good trade, but stay out for the first few minutes while it's jumpy. 5 minutes is a good rule of thumb. We can just make it precise. We don't trade for 5 minutes. And the market is a gold mine. You have opportunities all day. You don't get chopped up at the open, right? Best thing you can do. See, I don't mind taking 2 or 3 losses, in the first half hour, no big deal. But what I don't like is over trading and then losing 3 just because of over trading or over excitement. That's the stuff you don't want to do. And I've done that. As long as I'm not doing that, I know I'll make money. So at least that's my mindset. So these are things you want to know about. You want to know about yourself. You know, now PLTR pushing down. I would not be shorting this, even though it's pushing down now. Be very careful with it. So what was that little spike in the market we had 10 minutes ago or so? Omar gave us a link here. Let's look at that. Oh shit, I didn't turn the lights on. Give me a moment. Is that better, guys? Oh, I was wondering why everything's so dark. Even the sun's in my eyes. Anyways, there we go. I can actually see better. All right, what was this link we got? Greenland is takeover, plotting intensifies. What? Really, the U.S. going to take over Greenland? Are we talking about that again? Is that what happened at 9:50? That's why the market tanked a little bit. Right about there. There you go, PLTR again, straight up to the top. That's very bullish activity. That's your continuation play. See, bullish move, and during a consolidation, during the ABCD, you get one of these long tail hammers, the new 1 minute high is the entry, stop below, and you wait for that breakout. That's a very good setup for the breakout. But the one thing I'd be careful of is it's on a 1 minute chart. You get a lot of false setups, or a lot of setups, and not all of them work, and a lot of them don't on a 1 minute chart. But as candlesticks go, it's a very good pattern for a continuation. Also want to be careful. You got one leg and a second leg. Third leg is not something you want to plan for. But again, that's what it looks like. That continuation setup. That's near perfect. Very good. Very good stuff.
Can you review Amazon, please?
Yeah.
And if you put the Fibonacci levels, maybe we can talk about that as well. Yeah, that is the level. Yeah, 187.5 is actually a level.
Okay. Oh, and you know what? I've not disabled the advanced hotkeys, and it works just fine.
Okay.
I traded today without a problem. We saw I hit the
Okay,
hotkeys.
good. Okay,
So that's
perfect. If it works for you, it's good. My script doesn't work. Yeah, because I spoke with Ziad. It has a problem with buying power, and it has a problem with one of the brackets, so it doesn't put the target. So if it's worked for you, it's fine. So I'm in just Amazon. When it's just, if you look at that ABC, if we go back to that, you don't like to take that at 187.50 when yeah, that one you don't like it, and especially at that week, you look at that 10 o'clock. Yes.
You know, it's decent. It's not a real problem. What you really want for perfect setup is, well, look at this one, for example. It goes and it's going horizontally, then it puts in that big wick, right? This one goes and actually does a big dip, and then it puts in this wick. Now, this is not that ABCD pattern. You don't even talk about this in naked trading. But what this truly is a bit of a cup and handle setup, which is a different setup, and it's a good one. You have the cup, you have the handle of the cup here. Typically, those handles come a little bit lower, and then you push up. We see that a lot on the weekly charts. Swing traders go into that all the time, and that's how you get these massive, runs for months up in the market. So it is a different setup. It's not something I typically use in day trading, but it's there. If you take that 1 minute high after that hammer, that's a good one. Then you're waiting for the break of higher day. That's really the big moving point. Once it breaks there, then you can tighten up your stop and add more and go for the rest. The other thing is I'd just be careful of the fact that it's moved a lot already. See, one leg up and a second leg. It's not really a second leg, but it's large enough where it may want to just rest for a while.
Okay.
So there's a few things here I don't like. Again, cup and handle in a day trading perspective, especially on a 1 minute chart. You start looking for this, you're going to see it everywhere. It's like looking for a head and shoulders pattern on a 1 minute chart. You're going to see it every 5 minutes. If you're looking for it, it's like you're creating it in your head. That's the problem with the 1 minute chart. You really get, you really create stuff in your head. Your imagination takes over a lot. It happens to everyone. That's why I don't look for setups on the 1 minute chart.
So it calls cup and handle. I have to hold it or handle. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know what is the name of it. Okay.
Just Google search a cup and handle, get a million images on it. It's no big deal.
Okay.
But I don't use it for day trading. You might want to look at it on a 30-minute chart, 15-minute chart, weekly charts. It's always there. And those are the good big breakouts, and you get swing trades and you do stuff like that.
I was seeing it as ABCD. That's what I was just taking it as a I
Yeah.
took it long from the ABCD with equities and also long with options with 189 call options. Okay, I will have to search what is it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure. Yeah. It's a tricky.
But you were
setup.
saying that dip was too high. That's why you didn't. No, not that big. When at
Yeah,
940.
earlier.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are ways to do it. If you're looking at something like Fibonacci retracements, this goes up, this comes down, and bounces off approximately the 50% area, which is a Fibonacci thing. It puts in a bullish pattern, you take the long right there. That's a Fibonacci thing. You don't get that very often. So, but you can look at that. I don't trade Fibonacci's on the 1 minute chart again, on day trading stuff. It gets too complicated. But it's there to take that entry. There are strategies to do this. Over here, the other strategy you could take is this is a consolidation before the break of high of day. This is the stuff that John takes all the time. Then you break high of day, start partialing, you start sticking at break even, you end up with 2 or 3R if you're lucky, really. And you're in that trade. So it's a different setup. It's there. It's not something I trade, but it's common. A lot of people do it. So you can build out these frameworks. Yeah, sure. What do we got here? Yeah, Juan, go ahead.
Morning, Avi. Could you please look at Uber? And one question: did you say that you don't pay attention to that kind of patterns like cup and handle in the 1 minute chart?
Yeah, I don't pay attention to any patterns on a 1 minute chart, really. For me, it's all about the 30 minute, and only if the 30 tells me to go look at the 1 minute, then I'll look at it. And that specific area, if there's a specific breakout or retest of a breakout, something of that nature, then I'll take it. Otherwise, I'm not just looking at this 1 minute chart trying to pick up patterns, because I'll see patterns every 5 minutes, and then you know what happens, right? You end up over trading.
Yeah.
So that's a problem.
In regard to Uber, would you wait the retest in this moment from the breakout in the 30 minutes?
Yeah, getting this breakout is an interesting one. Let's see. Yeah, it's breaking out right now. Yeah, I would like to wait. I mean, the breakout's really slow and mellow. It's easy enough to catch. You could put some on, keep a white stop, and the retest add some more. And type
Okay.
I mean, it could become a false breakout. You don't know. That's why you put not a big size on. And you go slow with it. Wait for it. Right. So
Nice.
There you was stopped out right there. That's why you don't go big at the breakouts. Breakouts are very tricky. And what's interesting here, it's a big bearish move, and that's pushing upwards. It's got that flat top. This is an ascending triangle. After a bearish move, it's a bit confusing because you got bearish activity on a bigger perspective, and then it looks like a bullish breakout. So be careful with this. On a 30-minute perspective, I'm very careful with it. But again, for a good breakout, what you want is a consolidation, which you have here. You get that ascending wedge as well. You get a good breakout that goes a little distance, then retest a few minutes later. There's a bit of a gap between the breakout and the retest. Those are the good ones. Then you can really put on the size. Around here right now, be careful. If I entered out, I stopped out by now already. Be very tight.
Wonderful. Thank you, Avi.
Sure. NVIDIA is looking for a breakout as well now. What do we have? Yeah. Again, an ascending wedge on a 1 minute. You can see the pattern there. 30-minute. Oh, no. It's already broke out. It's a retest for a short here. That's the better. So I would only think about a short at this level on NVIDIA because the breakout happened in the pre-market. Now it's back to a breakout from. That's the retest. So 30-minute, you identify that. Then I'd go to the 1 minute and see if it's giving me any rejection signals or the bearish activity that I like to see. For now, it's just an ascending wedge looking to go upwards. So you're getting contrary signals, right? That's when you don't touch it. Don't play with it. So even though my idea would be for a short, there's no short setup on a 1 minute. It's actually a setup for a breakout upward. So let it go.
Or the ones that are on Amazon, I see big limit orders at 190. So maybe that could be a good level.
190, yeah, well, I have it as a level. If you see liquidity, you can target that. Again, if liquidity is a part of your trade book, right? Orders on the level 2.
Yeah.
If it is, then yeah, you target that and you say as it gets close to there, that's where you take your profits and partials. Move pretty fast.
Got out of the long just before the target. As in Fibonacci level to level.
There you go, level to level. And levels are areas. So you enter approximately at the area, you exit close to it. Don't wait for that precision. You're gonna drive yourself nuts doing that. So just give yourself a little break.
The reason that I have it is because I'm looking at the book map. I don't see any red bubbles. It's just all green bubbles so far.
What is green bubbles?
Means there are some limit orders that are fulfilled.
Means people are hitting the asks,
Yes.
looking at the ask and stepping it up. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like green prints on the tape. Yeah.
Yes. It is all giant green bubbles.
Okay, it's all the way up then.
And it's just up, moving up. If it's
Yeah.
just going sideways, maybe it's just time for consolidation, or if I see red bubbles. I'm not an expert. Bookmap, don't count on me, but these are very basic things that I have learned so far. I haven't seen any side green bubbles. I haven't seen any red bubbles.
Okay.
Nathan is the expert. Maybe Nathan can jump in.
Yeah,
better.
there's a lot of skills in here with Bookmap. A lot of guys got a lot of skills there. That's great. You guys are going to get a lot more of that next week. Thor's going to be here with us twice a week, and he's all over this thing. So we'll talk to you about it as much as you want. Bubble charts. I might even mute the room and just stand here. Can't listen to that. It's too much bubbles. I'm going to get confused. Bubbles and candlesticks.
I actually have both of them in my book map. I see both of them. You can merge both the candles and the bubbles. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if you can do that. There's ways. I've used Bookmap for a little bit. I experimented with it. Yeah, there's so many features. So much going on in there. Yeah, man. Anyways, if you're able to use it effectively, then use it. Fantastic. Oh, there goes my NVIDIA short. Damn it. No setup.
Well,
Yeah, Tesla. Oof, everything at the same time. Because, again, this looks like a bit of news. What's the SPY? Yeah, the SPY, same thing. Again, this is something. Did you guys hear that war broke out last night between India and Pakistan? I heard about it this morning. But what? So I wonder if that's well, I don't think that's having any impact on this market. But yeah, and there's other stuff that seems to be more important, like Greenland apparently. They stopped some airplanes, cool. Yeah, I'm sure they did. Yeah. You don't want to be anywhere near that region right now. It could be just a skirmish, or it could be, I don't know, it could escalate. I have no idea. I'm not paying attention to it. These two have been at each other's throats since the partition. When was that? 1947, 1948. It's the same. Yeah, since then. The same problem with the Palestine, Israel. It's been going on for generations now.
Gandhi was killed in 1947.
Okay, makes sense. Around that was the independence or the partition. I think that's what it is.
Partition, yeah. Was wondering, Avi, on your key button on your montage, I can see there's you have like a cover 25%. I don't know what cover 25, cover 100%. Can you get into it a bit, or are you using it from time to time?
No, these are old. They're just sitting there. I don't use them. They're actually only there in case of an emergency. In case I accidentally end up in a short position, I just cover it right away. These are just cover 25 and cover 100%. That's it. I never short anymore. I'm always going long these options contracts. But sometimes accidentally I might hit the button too many times, and it does happen. I end up in a short position by accident. And so that's what it's for. That's why I still have it there. Otherwise, I would have removed it by now. Right, that's all.
I mean, you're not shorting anymore?
No. When do I short anything? I always buy contracts. If I want to short the SPY, I buy put contracts. I go long the contracts. So there's no question of covering those contracts. It's a matter of selling those contracts. It's only if I accidentally end up in a short position, I got a hotkey right there to get out of it quickly. That's where the positions window is really important. You got to know what positions you're on. This column here, this is what I'm really looking at the positions I've got and which side, long or short, making sure that it's all correct. And if I liquidated something, I want to make sure that it's fully gone. Like this is down to 0. Or when I'm sizing into a position, I'm making sure I'm getting the right kind of contracts I want at the right spot on the chart and put the right stop in. These first two columns, this is where my eyes are always there. So, you can easily hit buttons and get into wrong positions. And I've done that many times. So keep all these buttons there.
Okay.
Hey, sorry, Avi, could you take a look at Meta, please?
Yeah, again, Meta. You guys keep bringing this up, man. Meta is I told you, don't bring it up.
On 30 minutes chart, Avi, do you see that? I mean, I hesitated taking, but do you see that as a long tail hammer?
Oh yeah, look at that. That's a pretty one. I like it. So yeah, that's a good one. You have bullish activity, consolidation, long tail hammer. The idea is to go long at the new high, so that'll be the next candle. But unfortunately, that's in the middle of the range.
Yeah, that's why I didn't take it.
Yeah, I'd be careful with it. But I mean, the setup as far as candlesticks are concerned, this is the pattern you want to see. It's got a bit of a wick on the upside. It's not ideal, but the tail is massive. It's more than 3 times the body, and that's kind of what you want. But what could be good here is now the breakout up here. You can anticipate a good breakout. This thing also, you can see a consolidation, went down, false breakout, which sets up for a breakout on the other side. So it gets up here, you get an ascending wedge or something like that on a 1-minute chart. Off you go.
Okay.
So I keep an eye on that. Yeah, that is interesting. Meta, yeah, there it goes now. Yeah, this is all bullish, man. These lows are getting higher. Consolidation, breakout, consolidation here for 594 and then a breakout. That could be good. Wow, the SPY is a disaster. Oof. I shouldn't even be trading this week. I haven't found one piece of good price action on the SPY this week. Nothing. Taken like, I don't know, 4 or 5 attempts. Nothing for it. It's all been like this so far this week.
Sorry, I have a question for taking partial. So I was longing Amazon with 190 call option, and now it's just reached that. When it comes to that, the strike of the 190, the strike was 190. So I'm just trying to learn. Is it better if I pass that because it's going to be very jumpy when it comes to that strike?
Yeah.
Should I put partial and exit, or should I let it go and then think partial? What is the best strategy? Because sometimes as soon as it's hit that limit order, maybe it's going to have a reversal. I'm not saying it's here, but it could be. I'm just trying to see what is the best strategy for taking partial or exit.
Yeah, so you're talking about taking advantage of these contracts and you're going out of the money. So as soon as it pops through 190, I'd start taking small partials at 10% maybe. Because what you've achieved is once it goes through the strike, you've acquired all the gamma in the options contract, which is basically your options has accelerated in price. Right? Your contract's price has accelerated as Amazon just kind of goes through the price. So I'd basically be very impatient beyond 190. I would just start taking partials fairly quickly. Any sort of hesitation, the price don't want to go, I'll start taking it off. And that's it, because again, you've already acquired or captured the gamma. Yeah, so you're thinking, again, if you're taking out of the money contracts, usually it's because you're scalping. Because you get that acceleration quickly as it goes through the strike, and then you go. So for example, if you entered here somewhere a few minutes before it got to 190, you're anticipating it's going to go through 190 to 190.5. But as it goes through 190, it starts to hesitate. You're already scalping it out.
I entered at 10 that week.
You entered way earlier. Yeah, I saw that down here, which is really out of the money. I'm amazed.
Yeah, for the equities, I entered previous week, but for the call option, I enter yes.
Yeah. So again, up here is where you want to really start taking it off, because what will happen is if it hesitates and hangs around here for a little while, your contract will actually just really, those candles will be huge. The swings will be really big. And that's a problem, right? So you want to de-risk it and just acquire what you got. You've captured it. And you might get a few more pennies as it goes to the target of it. It's not going to go so fast, as in the contract's not going to go so fast.
Okay. You're saying that because it just absorbed that gamma, the move that I was expecting is already passed. So anything after that is going to be very minimal move.
Yeah, as far as efficiency of the move is concerned, yes.
Efficiency of the move. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
Man, don't go so far out of the money. I would never do that. For this kind of trade, I would go in the money. Trading at this time of the day, I would, I'd go out of the money early on, the first 10 minutes or so, like I did earlier, but that's it. Beyond that, I want to have the ability to hold it. If I'm entering here, I'll see if I can take the 187 calls and just let it go and hold for 190.5 or whatever your target is.
The reason I went out of my money, like I said, I was had a bias of that it's gonna reach that 190 because I wanted to use my buying power and I wanted to have a cheaper contract. If I wanted to go to in money, I have to put higher leverage, but I want to use a lower leverage in cheaper and then targeting 190.
Yeah, see what you're doing. Be careful, that can be dangerous. Be
Yes. Yes, I'm experimenting. I'm experimenting both of them, in the money, at the money, out the money, all three. I'm just experimenting all three.
Good thing you're experimenting.
Yes.
Here we go, guys, real quick. Meta did the consolidation right there, 3-bar play, breakout, retest. This thing wants to go. Yeah, Juan, go ahead.
Thank you, Avi. Avi, I was trading the last weeks trying to find reversals, and it worked fine, but I think market conditions changed, and these reversals began to become pullbacks. How do you identify a pullback against a reversal?
The way I do it is I look at a 30-minute chart, and 30-minute charts don't often give you both signals. They're fairly straightforward. So let's just look at some here. Let's look at Amazon since it's in play right now. So you might look at up here as a reversal was bullish and reverse. Now what do you have up here? You have a top and another top, a lower top. You might consider this a double top. You're anticipating move down, right? On the other hand, you may have something like let's see where we find a pullback, or right over here today actually. So this thing pushed up and consolidated, then broke through the level. Interesting, right? And then it came back in. So that's a false breakout. Goes to the other end. That's your conviction to go long. There's a breakout right there. This area is where I would load up and go. So this is a pullback. And over here, you might consider this a reversal. This is the reversal. Basically, it's aggressive in one way, and then it gets firmly pushed down. That's what you're looking at. A pullback is it goes one way and it's kind of just slowly meandering down. It's not getting slammed. Right? You can even see that on any time frame, really. But even if you let's go to the 1 minute and see. Over here, you might think of this as a reversal. But truthfully, firstly, it's not exactly at the level, but truthfully, really, for a reversal, it's going slowly. See, these candles are not massive. Only at this point did it really push down aggressively. But these are over here, it's not telling you it's a reversal. These are just this could easily just bounce around here and go. And eventually, that's what it did. But for reversals, you wait for it to get slammed right away. It's like there's a big seller just waiting there to ambush the bulls. And they just hit it so hard, it becomes a big double top, an obvious one. So if you want to short this short, you're just shorting a pullback, and it's usually just a scalp. And generally, this is very strong anyway. I mean, today, for example, I have not seen any reversal signals here on Amazon. Nothing at all. This is an obvious pullback. If you like Fibonacci stuff, you have a 0 here, you have 100% here. And this is approximately 60 or 50, whatever it is, and then you can go from there. I mean, these kind of trending days, very obvious, are very easy to trade Fibonacci levels. You just go with it, and get that every day. We have PLTR on the other hand. This again, very strong. We see this. It didn't exactly put in a big red candle, but where's the continuation of that? If it was a real seller, it would have slammed it right away. 2 candles would have been down here. Then a double top would have happened. Then go. You see, there's no continuation. There's a white candle right there in the middle. You can see some lower highs and it's going, but it's not getting absolutely hammered. This isn't getting hammered. You see this here? If this wick was up on the top side there, then I'll say, all right, get ready for that reversal. But it's not there. This is all just going up. And maybe it's just going to go sideways now. So those are things you want to look for. Again, just clear and simple candlestick patterns. Just looking for simple ones. And again, if you're unsure in real-time price action, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. If you're unsure, the worst thing you can do is put on a trade and then you're unsure about your trade. Then you're going to end up chopping yourself up even if the price action is good. So think of these sorts of things. I think you'll be all right.
Thank you, Avi.
Sure.
So Avi, looks like your NVIDIA and Tesla will soon have 0 DT.
Yeah, I heard about that. What the hell, man?
Like NASDAQ has asked SEC for the approvals.
Yeah. Well, you know what that means, right? I mean, on a bigger scale perspective, the stuff I look at beyond day trading is all the investment stuff. And the reason the NASDAQ is going into this is they're looking for is because there's so much activity in the options market, right? They want to make it more available for more people and all that. But that is a very contrary signal in my mind. That's signaling it's near the top. There's too much of a hype. You know that whole saying where bull markets end in euphoria, and there's 3 stages before that. It's an old saying from an old investor. Starts in pessimism, grows in optimism. I don't know, ends in euphoria, based something like that. Anyways, this is all euphoria. This is all like people want to trade this, people are excited, people want to get in, get out, all that stuff. I'd be very careful in a long-term perspective. I think this is signaling that we might be near the top of this 5-year bubble that we've been in, however long this is. So on the investment side, I'm very, very excited for capital to flee this whole NASDAQ space, especially with the world in turmoil, and go more into basically hard assets, which again is what makes society function. It's not Netflix that makes society function. It's oil and energy, basically, ships, stuff like that. So it's a very interesting thing. The sooner this happens, the better for my portfolio. So, I don't care. I'll short the shit out of it. I'll short the SPY and NASDAQ all day long, as far as day trading is concerned. No problem at all. But anyways, be careful with this stuff. Euphoria in the markets. That's you're usually the last sucker in line. You know, the greater fool theory. You want to be careful with these things. And when the SPY tanks, I'll be right there. I'll be waiting for this. I'll short. This will be $1 million day. Still waiting for that. Might be this year. We have a lot of stuff going on this year. Can you believe I tried to trade this garbage price action? Oof. Well, that's what stops are for. You get in, it doesn't work, you get out. No big deal. Come back tomorrow or come back later. Oof, what a disaster. All right, news is coming up, guys. About a minute and a half. This is interesting. A breakout up here on the SPY would be outstanding. See the consolidation, false breakout, go for the real breakout. There we go. We have some tricky action here. Yesterday's high was an interesting place. Keep that in mind. The breakout here, I might be interested up to this 565 area. Fun. Try and wait for that. All right, guys, a minute to the news. Oh, there goes Meta. We caught that. A little consolidation and off it goes. A minute to the news. I'll watch the news with you guys, see what happens here, and then I'll be in the BBT room at 11. So a BBT webinar room. So don't miss that. And have some fun with that one. And tomorrow's the webinar, options webinar. Cool. What do you got? Amazon 6-hour trade. Nice. Great job. Dan, what are you asking? Amazon at daily R? I'm not sure what you're saying there. ATR? Don't know. I never use ATR. Great job holding Amazon, Shane. Good job. Holding it. That's where the big winners are made. That's when you hold your positions. It takes time for a 5 and 10 hour trade, you know. This thing is not easy to hold. It just keeps running and running and running, right? So when you get in, let's say 9:50, it's about an hour, 45 minutes to hold. All right, here's the news, 10:30, something about crude oil or something. Let's see if anything happens. Anyways, there is no setup on this SPY. So far, a whole lot of nothing. The algos have not been triggered. Hey, Raph, you gonna record that presentation tomorrow? Is it Thursday? Yeah, tomorrow on Trading Terminal. You know how these things go. They're gonna get long. It's gonna be so long. You're finally got Amazon. Nice. Yeah, you all caught Amazon. Great job. That's a nice clean mover. You don't get that every day, so don't get spoiled with it. But when you get it, take full advantage. Load it up. All right, I don't see anything happening with the market. I don't see any impact from the news. There was more impact earlier when there was chat about Greenland 30 minutes ago.
market has been so choppy lately. So just took it one level to one level on Avinachi. It went 2 levels or maybe 3.
Yeah, don't you hate it when it does that? Yeah. When the levels are close together, and a lot of these stocks, they tend to be close together. On the SPY, not so much. You may want to skip a level, or at least de-risk at one level, go to break even and let the whole thing run for the next level. I've done that a couple of times. It's okay. It's tricky. You don't really know when to do it and when not to. You know?
Avi, do you want to take a look at Tesla and the 30 minutes candle, the previous 30 minutes candle that it was already closed, and then the 30 minutes?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, look at that. There's that long tail hammer. Room to the left. It's got some. In that consolidation. Oh yeah, this new high, the breakout here. So on a 30-minute, the setup is good. You enter on the new 30-minute high, stop right below the area. But what you want is also a 1-minute setup fractal pattern, which you're getting a consolidation and a breakout. So you put a stop below there, ideally, and tighten it up and add in. I think the setup's good. Good catch. If it stops you out, no big deal. You can always re-enter. But I think the setup's good. You'll have trouble up in this area. It'll get choppy. Yeah, good catch. I have no problem with this one. There's room to the left near the bottom. It's pushed up. Here's your consolidation. Here's your big candle. And now you got to wait for 2 hours till it gets to the next target. I would take that if I was still trading Tesla. That makes sense. Let's see. Did the news do something just now? No. The SPY's coming down here. But I don't think that's unusual. So if you're getting a retest on Tesla, you would look at not precisely the level, but more precisely the high of this candle here, which is just below the level. And ideally, you want your stop right below that, so you can put on the sides, but not yet. I would wait for it to show some more strength in it. Again, knowing that it's been troublesome up here, just overhead, I'd wait for more confirmation. Look at this thing though, the SPY. Kind of watch the SPY. Apple crashed, Nvidia crashed, all of these things. Tesla's relative strength in it compared to everything else. But anyways, the setup is good. That's all there. All right, guys, that's about 10:30. So let's wrap this one up. In about 25 minutes, show up in the BBT webinar room. I'll be there, and we'll have some fun in there. Hope you all got some good trades in. Amazon looked great, man. Well done, you guys. Brilliant stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks, Avi.
See you guys.
Thank you, Avi.
Thank you, Avi.
Thanks, Avi.